BigWave organizes and presents a lot of information. Grids are the primary element used in BigWave to show this information. In this video, we explore the grid, how to use it, and the different options available. I've opened a project page that has a grid of individual work orders contained in it. Just going over some of the basic features of this grid, if you see a column header that has a clickable link, then you can use that to sort the grid by that particular column. Also notice that we have 20 pages of items being shown in this grid, 15 items at a time, and a total of 298 items actually in the entire record set. To get to other pages, I simply click on the Next and Previous buttons, or I can move the slider, or I can just click around, or I can use my keyboard and use the right and left arrow keys to navigate the grid. That could be useful if you are more comfortable using your keyboard versus your mouse in certain situations. Also, if you look at this particular drop-down, you can see that this grid contains 3 different views. Right now we're looking at the default view, but if I choose a different view, then I will see new fields for the view that I've chosen. I'll switch to the shipping view just to show one more view. I can come in and modify a view by adding another field to it and click on Save. And any custom fields that might be available to your view will always be at the bottom of the list. So at the top of the list are alphabetically sorted fields that belong to work orders or whatever the thing is that you're looking at. And the bottom fields are always going to be custom fields. So these are work order custom fields that are defined inside this project. For example, if I go over to the Setup tab, I can see in these custom fields, pump information, installation date on down. All these fields are available to me as fields to add to this particular grid. So I can come in here if I wanted to on the shipping view, if it made sense, add in all of my custom fields. I can also create new views by just simply using the Create New option. I give it a name of a view, add some fields, put them in the order I want, and click on Save. I'll do that right now. I find the work order ID field, which is always important, and add in a few other fields. Click on Save, and now my view is created. I can share it with people by clicking on Modify and just click on Share. This makes this view available to anybody who comes into this project. I can also delete this view. Shared views cannot be deleted by anybody but their owner or an admin of BigWave. Notice inside the grid, when you hover over particular rows, they highlight. This generally means you can do something with that row. For example, if I click on that row, it will open up the work order page. I'll click on Finish to go back. If you see a grid with items that have clickable links in them, then that will also take an action, usually a separate action from clicking on the row. In this case, if I click on this particular 5 here, I'll open up work order number 5 in a separate window. And I can say open work order number 6 in a separate window. So work order 6, also indicated by this up here. If I wanted to go back to 5, I could do it this way. Just ways to navigate. I'll close those down. And something else I can do, let's say I want to change the status of these 3 items to complete. So I will hold down my Control key and click each one, opening them in new tabs. And I can quickly come in here and mark them complete. And now that I'm done, I'll just close them all out. So now if I refresh my page, then those items have been moved into complete status. This should cover everything you need to know about the basic usage of grids. You'll find grids throughout BigWave, and they contain all types of information, but just having some basic understanding of how to modify the views when it's available to do so. You can't modify the view of every single grid, but a lot of them you can. You can use that to your advantage to show the information that you need to see to help you run your business. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email us at support@bigwavesoftware.com.